Here we're going to do some more adjusting of the splint. Sometimes if you want to get the whole way around the edge of the splint, using the water to try to dip the edges in can be helpful. With small splints like this, using the spatula to hold just the very edge of it in the water works well sometimes. Going to use the curved scissors with the curve turned outward to kind of help me get in there to that tight area. Going to try to use smooth cuts as I go around. I like to use the water in that application because it helps me get more even heating than the heat gun would. And I'm going to smooth that with my thumb some as well. I have a little ragged corner there, so I'm going to stick that back in the water to try to smooth that out, trim it a little more. I'm feeling my edges to see where any rough marks may be, as well as trying to smooth them. I'm going to heat the end of the splint up a little bit. We need to smooth and flare that a little bit so that it doesn't dig into the end of the finger. And we're going to trim those corners as well. Smooth and make sure we keep that little flare there. I'm going to use the heat gun then for just the spot heating to smooth the edges. When you're smoothing, it's better to use kind of a tapping or patting or gentle smoothing motion than to push hard on the material, because that just displaces the material into a lump someplace else. So gentleness when you're smoothing the edges is good. So just gently rubbing your thumb along the edge or patting is preferable to pushing the material. When you're using the heat gun, you always want to keep either the heat gun or the material moving. If you hold it still, you could burn the material. Also, you want to be very careful that you don't burn yourself. The heat guns can definitely burn you. When you're done using the heat gun, always make sure that you set it on cool when you walk away from it so that the heating gun can cool down.